I was hit with this blast from the past this morning in the form of a Yahoo Answers question where they ask, how many calories are in a booger? I always pick my nose and eat my booger. It's addicting. How many calories are in a tiny roll of booger? It's sometimes wet and color yellow. After I saw that, I felt like I got hit by Dr. Doofenshmirtz's Nostalginator, and then it sent me down this long road of looking at incompetent people ask the goofiest questions on Yahoo Answers, and then I even shed one manly tear over the passing of Yahoo Answers because we'll never again get to see these ridiculous questions like, how can I tell if I'm pregnant? And the countless variations that there are of that single question of people trying to figure out if they're preggers or not. And then I thought that was the end of the road, the other side of the glory hole. There was nowhere to go from here, so I'd have to turn around and go home. But then I spotted an exit off of this road that looked very similar to the one I was currently on, and it was called Quora. And I soon discovered, much like old people migrating south to Florida for the winter, Quora is the place that dumb people migrated when Yahoo Answers shut down to keep asking their silly questions that nobody is going to have an answer to. And that is what I wanted to look at with you all today. But first, I do want to show you my all-time favorite question ever asked on Yahoo Answers, and then we can finally put it to rest and move on to Quora. Do midgets have not vision? One of my friends told me that midgets have not vision, but I wasn't sure if it was true. I know a little person from school, so I called him up and asked him. He didn't say anything and just hung up, so I'm pretty confused. Can anyone help me? So then, your natural progression from there, from being hung up on, if that wasn't already answer enough for you, is to take to Yahoo Answers to get answers from people on the internet, because those are the most trustworthy people you could ever find. And then they put additional details here because they obviously had a bunch of answers, and it says that it was resolved, so I guess they got the answer they were looking for. Thanks for the answers, but I'm still a little confused. Does she think I made fun of her not vision? Or that it's just a rumor and that offended her? That's such a funny thought of asking a little person, like, hey, do you have not vision? And they're like, why would you ask that question? That's like asking a woman if she has breast implants. Like, yeah, obviously she does, but it's not something you ask about. You never ask a little person if they have not vision. Come on now. That's just messed up, bro. I think about this question so much. I'll even have dreams about it and then wake up in the middle of the night and stare at the ceiling, wondering what the proper answer to this question is. And I can only hope that this user here, Stubers, is having a great laugh, and I hope he got the answer that he was looking for, that he so much desired, because, oh man, I love this so much. But now we've finished with Yahoo Answers, we can give it a proper memorial service and just leave it all in the past. Much like we do with dead relatives, we bury them and we forget them. So let's move on to the Quora questions here. And the first one is there a name for, not anal sex, but sliding your penis between your partner's butt cheeks like a hot dog? That'd just be called hot dogging, wouldn't it? I guess, like edging a hot dog, you're just sliding that wiener in and out of the buns. I'd just call it hot dogging. Would you rather get hit over the head with a giant dildo, a shovel, or a glass bottle? If we're getting real specific here, by giant dildo, do you mean like a, like one of these, like a yay big dildo, or do you mean like a Moby Huge kind of dildo? If it's a Moby Huge, that would probably kill me. The blunt force trauma from that would definitely at least give me some brain damage like a 20-year-old NFL veteran or something. But a shovel would also hurt pretty bad. I've done the Scooby-Doo kind of thing before where I stepped on a shovel and then the handle came up and smacked me in the forehead. It was real goofy. I felt really cartoonish after that. Felt real silly for the rest of the day. But that did kind of hurt, and that was the wooden end. That wasn't even the metal end. Or a glass bottle. I'm assuming this isn't a movie prop, so I'd probably have to go with a glass bottle. But it could break and, like, hurt your head real bad. And it's probably not even really going to break because they don't in real life. Only the movie props really break, unless you get hit really hard. How hard are we getting hit here? Now we have a joke question, just a bit of a palate cleanser between all the serious questions. It says, if I call a girl 37 times while she's sleeping, will it say 37 missed calls on her phone or just one missed call? I think it would only say one missed call, so I think you should probably call her and then like leave a voicemail every time and then wait till it says voicemail full until you stop calling. So you may have to do it a bit more than 37 times, or you could just leave the voicemail really long. Just leave it on like while you're sleeping or something, like later listen till you snore. But yeah, that's just a joke question though. It's just a joke hypothetical, not like that actually happened or he was actually contemplating that. But yeah, dude, I think if you do call her 37 times, just a random number by the way. He just put it into a random number generator. Not like he actually called someone 37 times. That'd be ridiculous. That'd be crazy, right? That'd be stupid. It's just a random number. So if you call someone 37 times, it probably would only pop up as one because I think if you like continuously do it, it'd think it's one call. So I just say go for it, man. Go for it. 48, saw my son's phone, 15, and saw something called the Big Chungus. Should I be concerned? Now, let's disregard this answer here because they're saying no, you shouldn't be concerned. It may sound concerning, but it's all part of an innocent viral meme. It's kind of hard to find the funny in it, but to us younger kids, it's hilarious. It's so innocent. That is complete garbage. The Big Chungus is code word for methamphetamine or ketamine, depending on which, like East Coast uses methamphetamine, West Coast is ketamine. So, you know, depending on where you live, that's how you should gauge how much trouble your kid should be in, because meth, it's pretty bad. Ketamine, though, that'll give you a hell of a rush. That is a good drug, a fun drug to use. But yeah, pretty much the Big Chungus is code word for drugs, so you should be very concerned if you see the Big Chungus on your son's phone. He is a hardcore druggie. He's going to end up smoking and sucking to get by on the streets, you know. It's not going to be good. He's going to have a rough life. I told my wife I don't want her to get tattoos that aren't exactly the same as mine because I don't want it to pass into the genetics of our baby and they have messy tattoos. What do I do? I didn't mean to laugh in the middle of that. I just thought about a really funny Among Us meme in the middle of reading that. So this is a very serious question here, obviously. So the genetics, you know, when you get tattoos, it does go into your DNA and then your baby will have the same tattoos in the same spot. So if you have like a same tattoo in the same spot as your partner, but one is like Bugs Bunny and then the other one is SpongeBob, you'll get a monster amalgamation of Sponge Bunny, and that's not going to be good for anybody. Your kid will probably get made fun of for that, so it's best to get the same exact tattoos in the same spot. So if your girlfriend or wife, whoever you're having a baby with, has a tramp stamp of a dolphin right above their butt crack, because that's where a tramp stamp is, then you should also get the same one, because if you don't, it's going to come out real messy. So yeah, good idea. Great question. But yeah, you thought about that very appropriately, very rationally. Good thinking there, man. Good shooting, Tex. Now here's a bit of a bonus Quora, and instead of me answering this one, I'm going to let the professionals on Quora, aka the commenters, answer this for us. Is it possible to stop wiping your ass? What happens? Has anyone ever done this? Peter says, Ted Nugent did this to avoid being sent to Vietnam. Henry Smith says, you start having fecal matter accumulate around your anus. This can cause some odor issues if you let too much accumulate. You can also get some skin irritation and chafing, essentially Doppler rash, which if you let it get really bad could lead to a skin infection. So that's a real scientific approach there, Henry. Thank you for that perspective. Jimmy Fringe says, if this is a troll question, then you don't need an answer. No. Nobody has done this because 85% of the global population can wipe their own ass. It's disgusting AF if you don't. So right here, Jimmy French, you are a party pooper, buddy. Get out of the comment sections, loser. Steven says, to add to the other questions, I think it depends greatly on the kind of shit you produce. Some people make the yucky, sticky kind, others not so much. People in the first group run into trouble immediately. People in the second group may be able to get away with just showering once every few days. That's the question I like right there, Steven. I think that's a very similar approach that I would have to it. If you make the sticky, yucky, poopy kind of poop, then yeah, you probably should wipe your butt to completion. But if not, you might be good. You know, if you poop clean, you never have to wipe really. You just, you know, poop and run. You might be able to do that with showering once every few days, because let's be real here. If you're talking about not wanting to wipe your butt crack after you take a dump, you're probably a gamer anyways, and you probably do have those sticky, yankee, poopy poops, and you're probably gonna have to wipe your butt. But yeah, man, I just wanted to take a quick trip down memory lane and just reminisce on Yahoo Answers, and then watch the website that's carrying on the torch, which is Quora, and see how it's evolved and went on from Yahoo Answers, and see how much dumber the questions have got, or less dumb that the questions have got. And I think they're still just as dumb. Big surprise, whoop-de-doo, there's still dumb people on this earth. Who would have thought? Some might say they're even getting dumber, but nothing will ever top those OG Yahoo Answers questions. They got a special spot in my heart forever. They get the good noodle in Mrs. Puff class. Nothing can ever really top them. But yeah, other than that, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.